You know, I think miracles are everywhere around us all the time. I looked up the word miracle. I looked up its etymology. The original Proto-Indo-European word that it was born out of. Do you know what it means? To smile. Isn't that incredible? It's like the word Genesis. If you go back to the original Proto-Indo-European, it means produced by worms. It takes it right where it needs to be. I'm always stunned by that. And the word miracle goes back, eventually it became wonder, and then it became related to God and wonder. But it started out to smile, to laugh. I just, I know, I just love it, Kirsten. Uh, and I mean, miracles are everywhere. I've never understood people. And then there are things we don't understand. There are great mysteries, that kind of miracle. But just looking out at the trees with their green leaves now that were barren a month ago, that to me is a miracle. And we do smile at those things. It's really funny how that word just stayed with smiling. But then there's so many different miracles. I mean, I lived in Edinburgh, Scotland for about a year and a half. And I had 3 boys. I didn't have my daughter yet. But my first husband, Michael, was in a car accident with the boys. And one of my boys, Aaron, almost died, had severe injuries. He was 4. He was at the Edinburgh, at the hospital there, great surgeon, pediatric surgeon. 8-hour surgery. Friends gathered me and my older boy, Robert, my son David was still in the hospital. And we sat at their house in Edinburgh. And twice during the night, I left my body. Now, I didn't know anything about shamanic, anything about anything. All that I knew is that my son was dying and I needed to save him. And I grabbed his soul that was flying out of his body and I pulled him back in. And the next day, the doctor told me that Aram had died twice. And that's a miracle. It doesn't mean I could save him in middle age, but as a mother with a baby. And it doesn't mean that every mother can do it. Who knows why? But I was stunned when the doctor told me that. And about 7 years later, I felt myself come back into my body. Part of me was still out. And I wasn't aware of it. That to me is quite miraculous.